Another reason or causes of estrangements between adult children and parents could be something like dismissing emotional expression. Okay? So when you hear stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about. Oh yes. In the past, such a kind of behavior or expression was believed to toughen children, prevent weakness, and build endurance, right? So, but in this generation, today's view of it is different. That kind of behavior where you tell a child, stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about, is seen as invalidating the child's emotion, creating emotional suppression and contributing to anxiety or depression in that child. It may contribute to anxiety or depression in that child. Okay? So, and then you want to look into high parental control. So, houses where there are strict rules, they put children under coffins, monitoring friendships and all that. In the past, it was normal. It was seen as normal protective parenting, ensuring safety and moral development for your children. But today, no way. It is now labeled as controlling, stifling autonomy, and contributing to anxiety or rebellion. Okay? So such behavior can contribute to anxiety or rebellion. Okay? And then I want to touch too on bullying between siblings or peers. So you see, in the past, bullying between siblings or peers, we are seen as normal. But fellows, in today's view, past views, right? It was, oh, I'm teasing her or teasing him, right? It's teasing and siblings rivalry, right? These were considered as part of growing up. Oh, they are growing up, they are getting used to themselves. But today it is not. It is recognized as bullying. So you see the teasing we do those days. When you tease a child, you tease your sibling, your brothers, your sister. Oh, look at his big nose. You're so ugly. You're so this, you're so that. No. Today is considered as bullying and is linked to trauma, insecurity, and mental health struggles. So that is another conflict of generations. Okay? Because it's good for us to understand some of the causes of estrangement, because parents are coming from a different generation, while the children, they are in another generation, so the expectations are different. Understanding of life is different. So I want to touch a little on all this so that we'll understand some of the causes of estrangement between adult children and their parents. So the 10th cause I want to touch on is family loyalty above all. So you see that family loyalty, why, keeping of secrets, enduring hardship quietly even if you're dying, So in our time, past generations, it was a cultural expectation, for you to keep secrets, to learn how to endure hardship. It's like you protecting family honor, respecting authority, and not airing dirty laundry in the public. So everything they do to you, you just endure it. You don't have to tell anybody. That's secret culture. Okay? So, but today, fellows, it is different. Those kind of culture where people keep secret and they endure pain and endure hardship quietly just because of loyalty to their family is not considered and seen as enabling abuse, silencing of children, silencing of the victims, and perpetuating circles of harm. Okay? And in all this, most Generation X, they shy away from therapy. Back in the day, we didn't know what was therapy. You know, they shy away from therapy because therapy was often, stigmatized as mental health. So a lot of people will not want to go to therapy. But today, this generation, they openly talk about their issues, their problem. They are open to seeking help, to going to therapy. Okay? So if we don't look at some of these causes, we won't be able to understand or go deeply into why adult children, or why the estrangement between adult children and their parents. Today's generation values boundaries and self-preservation more strongly than the previous generation. So they may limit or cut ties with family if relationships are perceived to be toxic. While this can be a healthy move in cases of real abuse, but some people will also argue that mental health language is at times used as a blanket justification to avoid difficult family responsibilities or conversations. So fellows, in summary, today's generation has created more space for naming harm, protecting mental health, and choosing distance from unhealthy dynamics. Gen X, in contrast, emphasize endurance, loyalty, and conversations were private. That's if they happened at all. And then seeking help was sometimes seen as weakness. Okay? But today's generation normalizes therapy. They openly discusses mental health online and has developed a vocabulary for every behavior and human transaction. So whatever thing you did right or may have sacrificed has now been labeled. Okay, parents? Sometimes all these labels may be overextended. Sometimes to making everyday struggles pathologized. Okay? Sometimes it's over pathologized. But that's where we are right now. That's what is happening right now. So putting some of these components together, like I said before, you begin to see the difference in context and how there is a huge shift from Generation X, the previous generation, which are the boomers before X, who tend to stay connected to family regardless of the dysfunction of the family, and oftentimes not out of like willingness, but because they are obligated to do so. Okay, so both generation, they have strengths and blind spots. Gen X risks normalizing harm, while today's culture risks over pathologizing normal relational conflict.